Well, hello, everybody, and thank you, Mario. Thank you, Brenda. Welcome to the 2026 Members Issue Conference. It is wonderful to see all of you here today. It's a beautiful place, and although I'd love to relax while we're here, we got a lot of work to do, and we know the stakes for our country couldn't be higher. I thought a lot about how I wanted to open up and kind of set the tone and the perception that I wanted to give today. And the truth is, we're holding a number of things in our hands today. We're holding the weight of what's happening in Iran in our hands. You know, the reality is that we have men and women in harm's way. Fellow Americans who have raised their hands and said, "Send me." They volunteered to put their lives on the line so the rest of us can live in freedom and security. And at the same time, we're carrying the responsibility of turning this country's economy around as well. I mean, let's be honest, where we started under Joe Biden, he left us in a pretty big hole that we have to dig ourselves out of, and that will do. Inflation caused families' budgets to rise. Manufacturers were pushed to the brink. Job creators felt like Washington had turned their backs on them. And the American people sent us here to fix that. And alongside our great president, Donald Trump, we have a duty and a responsibility to fix it, and I actually believe we will. We are working to lower costs, unleash American manufacturing, strengthen our energy independence, and put bigger paychecks back in the pockets of each and every American. But every single vote we take, every hearing we hold, and every policy we shape carries responsibility. There's a third thing we're holding right here in the palm of our hands too, and that's the pressure of an election. Everyone in this room knows that what's at stake in November. History will tell us that the party in the majority is supposed to lose seats. History tells us that momentum shifts. But I don't know about you, history's been wrong a lot this year. In fact, I think we're about 9-0 when it comes to passing big, beautiful things. The experts say that was impossible. And they were very wrong when they said that we weren't going to elect our current president, Donald Trump. So you know what? I think we are going to defy history again. Now look, I love my life back in Michigan. Before coming to Congress, I had a business, employed several hundred families in and around the state. I loved building things from the ground up. I loved actually being home, right? I loved cooking dinner with my family on Sundays. And like many of you, I had a life that was comfortable and fulfilling. But I left it. I left it because I believe in America. And I left it because I believe America needed change. I believed our country was heading in the wrong direction, and I also believed the window to fix that was getting shorter. And I know every single one of you here feels that same way. We are all here because we love this country, because we all believe in the American dream. We believe in freedom. We believe that hard work should be rewarded, that parents should actually have a say in their children's education and their future, that innovation should be celebrated, and our nation should always stand strong against our enemies. And right now, America is at a crossroads. If we do our jobs, if we stay focused, if we communicate clearly and fight for the people who sent us here, we have the opportunity to do something absolutely remarkable. We can beat history. And if we do, we will cement a legacy that lasts for generations. A legacy where Americans keep more of what they earn. A legacy where manufacturers once again rule the world. And a legacy where our borders are secure, our communities are safe, and our values are defended. But let me be clear about something. This is not about our legacy. This is about the American legacy. Over the next few days, we're going to talk about a lot of issues. We'll talk about fraud, we'll talk about immigration, we'll talk about the costs of things, we'll talk about reconciliation 2.0, we'll talk about strategy, messaging, and how we move the needle on inflation and how we move the needle in a few key districts. That messaging is critical, and we have to get out there and tell the story. So I would invite everyone to join me in the Bobby Jones Villa throughout the retreat. We've set up a studio there. Please use it for any interviews that you may have. We've sent the information to your DC comm staff, but if not, just come to the Bobby Jones Villa. My staff is there. They are happy to help you with whatever you need to communicate the message, because the message matters. But those are all tools that we need to use. What truly, truly matters is the mission. The mission is making sure that the next generation of Americans inherits a country that is stronger, freer, and more prosperous than the ones they were given. I believe we can defy history because we have the right policies and we have the right people. I believe we can defy history because we have the right team right here in this room. And I believe we can defy history because we have a history-defying president that's on our side, and that president is Donald Trump. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues, families, and for the spouses who are here, thank you for letting your spouse do what they love to do to help save this country for the next generation. And with that, let's get to work. We forgot one very important thing, and that was the Pledge of Allegiance. So Mario, you want to lead us?
Yes, please stand. All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God,